Yes, I'm a mom, and yes, I drive. So today's episode is kind of different, but we're going to talk more about cars pa rin. It's just that it's going to be more casual and conversational, and it's because we saw na merong mga pumapalo na viewership, which is our Zenix car. That is why we want to talk more about that, and I have here my husband.
Wala akong catchphrase, guys.
Who was also part of the episode last time.
Hi, guys.
Just a quick backstory, which nakwento ko rin nung episode 1. Yung first car talaga namin when we got married was Toyota Race. But then, when we got a baby, ayan na, medyo nahirapan na kami when it comes to space.
I guess nung simula, okay pa. Then we realized na for such a small person, ang dami niyang gamit, guys. Sobrang dami.
With the car seat pa.
The car
It takes
seat,
so much space.
from 5-seater, parang 4-seater na lang. Then,
So, meron kaming stroller, meron kaming bottle steamer, tapos marami kaming mga bote, tapos gatas, tapos mga snacks, blanket, ang daming mga anik-anik for the baby.
so eventually, sumikip as the baby grew. That's when we started realizing na parang, I think it's time for a bigger car, especially if we want to have another baby.
For me, it's space and comfort. So you should be able to have good enough leg room and also the space again for the baby. Aesthetics also very important. Siyempre gusto mo maganda yung kotse na sinasakyan mo, di ba? Anytime na meron kayong event, meron kayong puntahan, siyempre dapat proud ka na nagaganda ka sa car mo. And then lastly, of course, yung
Nagandaan ako sa'yo.
Oh my God, ang cheesy. Ayan, so the third one is the brand. So gusto ko yung trustworthy na ng brand. Yung maraming nakakaalam about this brand para hindi rin mahirap kapag mayroong mga repairs kasi alam mo nandiyan na yung mga service centers around.
For me, the first thing I look for is usually engine. So, I want to understand yung typical questions, kaya ba magbagyo, kaya ba sa akyatan? And I guess the second one would most likely be the tech features. So, kasama na rin dyan yung safety features, no? So, for example, may cruise control ba yan? Sensor sa front, sa back. And for the airbags, I like to be safe. And then, of course, Android, Apple CarPlay, wireless charging, the touchscreen. And third is definitely, I guess, the brand. Really, in terms of the brand, that's something that I want to emphasize then. Kasi, is it gonna be reliable? So, the reliability is very important. And I guess if I'm gonna be cliche about it, Toyota yung car namin. Race, Zenix, we used to have a Fortuner as well. Puro Toyota. I guess, Toyota reliability, mabilis, maraming parts, mabilis magpaayos ng kotse.
If you're liking these videos, please hit subscribe. Moving on, it's not really just about picking up car, but it's also complementing our lifestyle now, diba?
Tsaka budget.
Our budget, syempre.
The initial budget we had was at least maximum of around 1.5 million. So we were looking for options. I remember our top 3 picks is the Hyundai Stargazer. And then second is BRV. And then third is the Avanza. And then I remember I showed it to you.
Pero pinakita mo rin sa akin yung Ranger.
Yes. Tinilid ko pa rin yung Ranger.
No ko pa rin siya.
So rejected.
Kaya nireview rin natin yun from our previous episode. So you can check that out.
Sige, since we're looking for a family car, so we wanted a car that would last at least 10 to 15 years with us. Not every 5 years we change it. Sabi namin, sige, sagad natin up to 2 million. So with the 2 million, we got more options. So Fortuner, Everest, and I think the Montero was there, and also the Nissan Terra. So those were our top choices. Then, sumingit si Zenix.
Na-convince siya ni Kako ng Auto D.
Yes.
Shout out Kako.
Shout out to Kako.
Dahil sa kanya.
And then, we went to the showrooms. Ako, ang style ko lagi, pag sa showrooms, the first thing I go to is the third row seat. Kasi I wanna see how practical it is. So every time sabi ko, yes, upo tayo sa third row seats.
Ako naman yung basta hindi ako ganun kahirap na hirap sa pagdadrive ng high big car. Kasi pag high tas big car, medyo ang hirap niyang tansyahin.
So yun. So yung maneuverability, hirap sabihin.
Isa pa.
Handling. And then in terms of safety features, for me, the deal breaker was safety features. Because for the price of 2 million, medyo jam-packed yung Zenix compared to the 3, Everest, Fortuner, Montero, and Terra. naalala ko yung deciding factor when I knew Yas wanted the Zenix. I remember we were in the showroom. Sabi ko, Yas, upo ka dyan sa captain seat. And then pag upo ni Yas, and then sabi niya, wow, sobrang comfortable. Sabi ko, okay, sold. So,
Basta pa.
meron pa yung sa leg rest. And that's when I knew, sabi ko, mukhang ito talaga kukunin namin. So that's how we got the Zenix, right? The Zenix gave space and comfort, what Yas wanted. Second is
Aesthetics, it looks good.
it looks nice. It doesn't look like an MPV. Plus na the drive niya, maneuverability, that's sabi ko. So very good handling, hindi siya, because of the electric power steering, so puro siyas. No? Yung top
Hindi
3.
naman.
Space and comfort.
Oh. Ang ganda naman engine na.
Kaya nga, pero yung top 3 reasons yun talaga guys. So mas nasusunod si Mrs.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but kidding aside, yeah. But maganda rin naman yung engine niya.
Tapos yung, it's very techy. Dashboard is very techy. So, ano sinasabi mong hindi pasok sa banga? Pasok sa banga.
Sige na nga. Okay. So, pasok naman. So, I guess it checked all the boxes that we wanted in a car. Pasok sa budget, pasok sa lahat ng hinahanap namin.
What stood out to you about the Zenix compared to other models? In 3, 2, 1, go.
Hybrid. Pero,
So, napansin nyo na medyo magkaiba kami when it comes to the preferences for cars. That's the reason why this can be more interesting to talk about. What's important talaga is that you can work together as a unit, as a team, especially if your life is changing, you have, let's say, moving to a new house, syempre kailangan mo ng space. Syempre, you really work harder now since you have kids, so you want to feel comfortable. So yung mga ganong factors.
so I think that's what is important. We need to understand that 2 million, even 1 million, even 700,000, if that's within your range, buying a car is a family decision. And I think that's the reason why one of the ideas is naisip niya.
That's why we created Yes I Drive, just to give a different angle or perspective when it comes to considering buying a car. And also for women like me, who didn't start off really technical, and eventually I started learning more about it and appreciate the opinions of my husband on the car. It's all about teamwork.
Mali.
Ano ba? Isa ba? Ito na sinundan ko na yung sa'yo eh. Yay!
Hindi mo masaya. Yay. Plastic.
So with this, we want to create a space for moms, for wives, for women especially, to be part of the big decisions like buying a car.
Yan. So, to the husbands out there, no, for the Yes I Drive videos, pakita nyo to sa mga misis nyo.
Misis lang, walang mga
Oo nga pala. So, isa lang guys. So, pakita nyo sa
misis nyo. Correct.
Yan. Okay? Isa pa. Let's. So, that's why we highly encourage to the couples out there, to the husbands and wives, to really sit down and talk about it. Kung ano ba talagang car ang kukunin natin.
Siguro it's painting the picture of scenarios that you might be in. So for example, in the next 2 years, you want to have another baby. You currently have a baby and then you have another baby. So you have to picture your family. How will comfort come into play? Kasi syempre iba-iba na rin yung magiging priorities natin once may bagong family member, di ba? Or what if mag-move kayo from city papunta sa rural area? So, syempre, kailangan nyo rin isipin na, teka, yung relatives namin or yung mother-in-law ko nandito sa Manila. So, kailangan pabalik-balik din kami. So, kailangan mong isipin yung mga scenarios na yon.
I guess for me, for lack of better term, wag masyado maging selfish sa gusto natin. When I say selfish, I wanted a Ford Ranger, a pickup, because that's basically one of the things that I really want. I want a pickup for myself. Again, it's a family. You are a unit, and you guys are going in one direction as a family. To us, what made sense was the Zenix because of the space,
Practicality rin
practicality,
sa kanyang gas.
gas because of hybrid
Hybrid.
engine, safety, tech features. Of course, we have kids. We want it to be safe, especially with accidents, right? So ayaw natin magkaroon ng mga accidents tapos hindi tayo ready because we don't have much safety features. So as much as possible, we wanted more. And the Zenix gave us that.
So thanks so much for hanging with us today. I hope we were able to help you see that buying a family car isn't just about knowing the specs and features. And of course, it's best if both voices are heard. And that's it for our episode. This has been Yas, I'm a mom, and Yas, I drive.
Bye guys!